All right, guys. So I just did my best of 2024 videos, and one of the bourbons that I picked, the Lady Bird from Garrison, I realized I have never done a review on it. So we're going to do that right now. So obviously, this bottle is gone, but I was smart and I saved a 2 ounce sample of it. So I poured this out right when the bottle was getting low. But I guarantee you that bottle was only open for about 2 months. I ran through it. I sampled it out to a whole, way too many people. Way too many people. Now, I gave this my bourbon of the year. And of course, being that it's finished, I had a caveat in there with the Holiday Ancient Cave. So let's get into this. And I'm pouring this in my brand new Whiskey Shaman Glencairns. If you want one of those or one of my challenge coins, go to whiskeyshamanpodcast@gmail.com and I'll hook you up. You can get a combo or you can get one or the other. We'll probably throw you a sample in there. Not this one. Okay, so let's get into this. So if you don't know about the Lady Bird, the Lady Bird was a special release that they came out with for Lady Bird Johnson. Part of the 5% of the bottle sales went to her garden. She has a huge garden in Johnson City, Texas, and it helps to preserve that garden, which good. That's a good thing. So this is a straight bourbon whiskey infused with honey and finished in cognac cask, coming in at 114 proof. Now, why did I call this my bourbon of the year? I know everybody's probably thinking that. Here's the deal. I am not a bourbon purist, right? I think if you can make bourbon better by finishing it, then make it better by finishing it. Yes, do I love a straight bourbon whiskey, unadulterated, no holds barred, cask strength, wood in your mouth? Absolutely. Wow, yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. I love it. I love Wild Turkey. I love all of the things that are not finished. But this just happens to be a Texas whiskey that is finished. And look at the color on that guy. Good Lord, he's dark. Or she. We'll call it she, right? Since it's Lady Bird. So this is, I think, a 6-year-old bourbon coming from Garrison Brothers. So they do use smaller barrels. And it was infused with honey. So what they do with the honey is they put it in the barrel, they take the honey out, so it's still coated in there, and then they heat the barrel up. And then that honey just like melds into the wood, supposedly. And then they finish it in a cognac cask, which I love cognac. I'm going to do a full episode on cognac. I don't have any cognac, but I love cognacs and brandies, and especially in finishing. I think they do amazing things, and armagnacs and stuff like that. So let's get into the nose, and I am going to rate this. And I would say I would give you a sample, but I don't have a sample to give. So I will pick up the 2025 edition, but I don't think it comes out till May or June, something like that. So when that happens, I'll let you guys know. Oh my gosh, dude! Every time it slaps. Every time you go to smell it, it is. How do I explain this for you so you can fully understand it? And those of you who had the Lady Bird, please comment down below and let me know how you feel about it. It doesn't have to be the 24. This one just happens to be the 24, but let me know how you feel about it, because to me, this is a graham cracker with honey on it, and then marshmallow, right? Marshmallow, and then chocolate. So like a s'more, but with honey. And then there's a shoe. No, it does taste like leather, smell like leather, right? It has some leather influence on it. But I totally screwed up your whole thought pattern right there, didn't I? All right, let's get in on the taste. Mm. You get the Garrison, and a lot of people say Garrison has a funk to it. It's grain forward. It's hot. It's heavy. It's oily. It's viscous. It's very woody. but at the same time, the honey and the cognac are just separating all those wood tannins away from it and making it super cohesive in just like the way that it does its thing. You know what I mean? Wow. Now let's go on. Oh, I'm going to give you the finish right now. It lingers right now. And I've been talking and it's been a second. Right now, it's a honey. And then there's like a grape note, which is, I'm guessing, from the cognac. There's like a grape note, but it's like grape soda. So it's like super sugary grape soda, right? You know how sometimes grape soda is super effervescent, right? It's like almost like it has too much carbonation, like it kind of stings your mouth. If you've ever had a Fanta, that's grape Fanta, it's like super like, this is not like that. It's super cohesive. It's like grape jelly with honey, you know, or something like that. It's super nice. Okay, we are going to rate this, and I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to get high marks, but is this going to make our 40? So I do my rating in nose, taste, finish, and would I buy again? So it's a maximum of 40 points, and I've yet to have a bottle hit the 40-point mark. We've got pretty close, but we haven't hit the 40 yet. Are we going to hit it with this one? Let's see. On the nose. There is something about this that's ethereal. You know what I mean? It's almost ethereal. Otherworldly, some would say. It's just so nice. It's very thick. It's thick whiskey. Like, I can smell, it's like sticking in my nose. I can smell it so much. But it's like honey. It's cranberries even. It does have the wood influence, so you're getting some vanilla, some caramel, but it's like all mingled in with all the blending on this is absolutely amazing. The infusions on this are absolutely amazing. So I'm gonna do it. I'm going to give it a 10. Yes, fireworks. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 10. Are we gonna get there? We'll see. On the taste, let's go. Comes through with that graham cracker. The honey is definitely there, and then the grape skins, almost like grape skins. Really nice, really sweet. It's a very sweet whiskey, obviously. It is one of those ones that you sit down with and you're like, this is an after dinner drink for sure. Like, this is the one you have after dinner for sure. It is such a great showcase of what it is. Now, the proof is there. It's not super proofy, but it's enough proof to where you're like, okay, how you doing? So I'm going to give it a 10. I am. Sorry, I'm giving it a 10. It is one of the best tasting whiskeys that I've had. Now, does that make me a tater? No, it doesn't. Because it's not bland. No, it is so different than a lot of the other whiskeys that are out on the market. It is so different, and it's so unique, and its profile is so okay. And I'm gonna level with you guys, and we're gonna get into finish and what I buy again. I'm gonna level with you guys. I started out when Garrison Brothers first started. I had one of their original bottles. I did not like them at all. I thought it was over oaked. I thought it was tannic. I thought it was gross. How can it be over oaked and young at the same time? It was not good. But I have seen an evolution in Garrison Brothers right now that they are turning into a really great distillery with really great whiskey. Now the finishing series that they do, the Guadalupe, the Lady Bird, the Balmoral, which is double oaked, but all the other ones that the finishes that they do, the honeydew cask strength, all of those are freaking phenomenal. Go pick up one if you can find it. So let's get on to finish. And unfortunately, I talk too much, and so I gotta have another little sip. You get that Garrison. The Garrison comes through on the finish. It's there. It's present. It's saying we're Garrison. but we're sweet and we're nice. We're sweet and nice, Garrison. I am going to give it a 10. I am. The finish is absolutely amazing. It lingers on your tongue. It stays there for minutes after. You can talk through it. And if you're talking close to somebody, it's going to be sweet and it's going to be inviting. Your breath isn't going to taste like somebody's hitting somebody over the head with a piece of wood, right? Or full ethanol. Even though this is 114 proof, it is not ethanol forward. Like, I don't get all of that burn. Like with the Cowboy Bourbon that they also do, which is their cask strength unfiltered one, man, it gets hot. It gets hot. So let's go on to would I buy again? And this is where it gets me. Will I buy again? Absolutely. I will be standing in line to pick up another bottle next year. But it will not get a 10. It will not. It will get a 9 because of the price. It is priced very expensive. I think this one was almost $200, $190, I believe, $189.99 or whatever, plus tax. And I had to stand in line at the distillery, which that's not a huge deal. It's close by my house, and I have no problem standing in line for it. But at the same time, that's a lot of cash to drop on a 750 milliliter bottle of whiskey that you hand out to your friends. Will I buy again? Absolutely. Will I buy this bottle again? Absolutely. Would I buy a second of this bottle this year? Because somebody had already told me they found one. I might. Here's the issue. Funds are tight. I'm gonna level with it. Funds are tight. And so the whiskey budget has been lacking. So spending $180 or say $200 with tax. Okay? Spending $200 on one bottle of whiskey. That's hard for me to do. When then I could go to a liquor store, doesn't matter, name one, and pick up 4 bottles, maybe 5 bottles of other whiskey, craft brands or shelf bottles that like I need to have on the shelf. Like I don't have a Wild Turkey 101. Why don't I have that? Anyway, I'm trying to do a side-by-side with another Wild Turkey and I don't have it. Would I, and so that's what is kind of turning me away on giving it a full 40, right? Is the price. It is very expensive. Is it worth it? For limited edition, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's probably, obviously, it's my whiskey of the year. It's one of the best whiskeys I've had. Yes. But is it worth the money? But I'm a cheapskate. So take that for what it is. Anyway, if you like the type of content that I'm doing, please make sure you follow, like, subscribe. Oh, we forgot to give it a total. It's what? 38 out of 40. That is, or 39. Yeah, 39 out of 40. I'm sorry. I'm an idiot. That's the best score we've had yet. So I don't know if this thing was $100, I would give it a 40 or even 125. I would give it a 40 for sure, but it's just a little pricey. And that's not their fault. And people stood in line to buy it. So guess what? I was one of those dummies too. So obviously they're doing something right. Know your worth, right? Know your worth. And that could be a lesson learned in this. Know your worth. Hey, you don't want to buy my $180 bottle of whiskey? Guess what? This guy does, right? So who am I? Who am I to judge them for charging that much for this bottle of whiskey? Because they had a line out the door of people that wanted to buy it. And they would have bought 2 or 3 if they could have, but it was limit 1. So that's the thing, y'all. I'm sorry, I'm keeping you too long, but if you like the stuff I'm doing, make sure you follow, like, subscribe, like I said. If you want a Glencairn or coin, make sure you go to the email address. If you want to support monetarily, if you find value in this show, make sure that you go to patreon.com/whiskey-shaman and sign up. We're doing before this episode exclusives, blooper reels, all the things. You get everything. Ask your friends, they're on there. It's cats and dogs. It's crazy. So if that's something you're into, go check that out. No pressure. Not trying to pressure anybody. And go check out my podcast. I talk to a lot of different people, a lot of whiskey people, a lot of distilleries. I've had a lot of really cool people on, like JT Mellick, Natterjack, Holiday, a bunch of people. out there. So they're brands that you know. They're not just some little mom and pop shop guys. Most of them are brands that you know, and go check that out. I'm trying to grow that. I've got right at 100 episodes that I've produced. So if you find value in that, and if you listen to podcasts, go check that out. But y'all be good, be nice to each other, and until next time, keep your spirits up. Peace.